then we can have a further discussion about our presentation today. Oftentimes in education, higher education or high school, we usually talk about experiential learning, right? We highlight that the importance of experience. I'm sure that many of you guys in this classroom right now had a lot of different experiences in the past, right? And one thing I want to ask you a question, how do you define the experience? What's your definition of experience? Everyone had different experiences in the past, right? One thing I want to mention, oftentimes, the people will say experience is just what happened to me or what happened to us, right? But in my opinions, what is a real experience? Experience is not just what happens to you, but it is what you do with what happens to you. So I met these wonderful students in ESL class in high school. They had an incredible experience. They have something which happens to them. But they use that experience to create this wonderful movie project. So let me introduce them and then we will watch their great work today. Okay? Preeti, Tana, Shankar, Samber, Estella. I hope I pronounced your name right here. Please come in. Wonderful students last year, and I heard their incredible stories. What happened to them when they were in Burma, okay? And as I said, they truly understand the definition of experience, and they are willing to do something with their experiences. As a result, they were able to make a 15-minute short movie. To finish this, they came to my school Saturday. Everyone wants to just enjoy your time on Saturday, right? But they are willing to come to my school, we work together. Most of the important work they did, I just sit down and watch what they are doing. Because they were incredible, okay? So I hope you really enjoy this wonderful movie titled Our History, Our Life, and Our Freedom. And after the screening, we'll have a short Q&A session with those wonderful students, okay? I hope you will enjoy watching this movie.
My name is Satada. I was born in a little village in Burma called Tipole. I became a refugee when I was 2 years old. I arrived in the United States in 2006.
My name is Shaka. I came in the United States in 2006 from Burma. I have 13 sisters and brother.
My name is Hannah. I'm from Kranse in Burma. I came to the United States 6 years ago. I'm a senior in Hisakai School.
Hi, my name is Seva and I was born in Burma. When I was 5 years old, my family had to move to Tamil refugee camp. Then we lived there for 10 years. In 2007, my family moved to the United States.
Hi, my name is Preeti. I moved here from refugee camp in Thailand in 2007. Right now, more than 40 of my family members live in Ithaca, New York. And I hope you all enjoy watching our movie. Thank you.
We are from Burma. Burma is located south of China, west of Thailand, and east of India. Even though we are from Burma, specifically we consider ourselves Korean. Many Koreans were forced out of the state by the Burmese military because the military burned the Korean village, took the land, and tortured the people. Now there are many refugee camps in Burma and Thailand. Most are near the border of Thailand.
There are about 9,000 refugees in this camp, but there are many refugees with a total of more than 120,000 refugees in Burma.
The conflict between the Burmese government and the Korean began in 1948. The Burmese government is committing genocide against the Korean people. The Korean people's human rights have been violated consistently for more than 60 years. There are 7 million Korean people in Burma. We have our own history, language, and state. Korean people are simple, quiet, unassuming, and peace-loving people. They believe deeply in honesty, purity, and loyalty. Since the conflict began, many Korean schools were taken by force and destroyed by the Burmese soldiers. The Korean children were forced to go to Burmese schools and they were not allowed to study our own language. Our Korean newspaper went banned. Often, the Burmese military has accused a villager for helping the Korean freedom fighters and will kill him without allowing him to speak in his own defense. Many villages were forced to move out of their village to camps far away. Farming is the traditional way of our life for Korean people, and rice is the main crop. As a result of the conflict, the Burmese government took over the land, much like the communist system. The Korean people were allowed to work in the land, but at harvest, the crops would be turned over to Burmese, who would sell it and keep all the profit. The farmer was only allowed to keep a small amount for the whole family. As the conflict grew worse, the Burmese troops would destroy the fields of crops planted by the village and eat the grass and their livestock. Men and women were often forced to carry heavy loads of supplies like food and ammunition for the Burmese soldiers. The Burmese government sent many soldiers to get rid of the Korean people. When the Korean people left a village, the soldiers would steal whatever they wanted and burn whatever was left. In 1997, my father knew he had to leave our home with my family. He thought it would only be for a short time. It was during the rainy season in the summer, and the Burmese army was beginning to attack our village. Most everyone in our village ran away this time.
It was dark. The light of a little tiny man went out. Soon, I heard a drop of water from the sky, hitting the plastic roof of a house in a village full of happy people in Burma. Suddenly, I heard a familiar sound that meant danger. Rapid sound of gunfiring and civilian screaming. Bright orange flames started rising everywhere. People started panicking and rushing together. Family and belonging disappeared into the darkness.
My family and many others from our village were forced to live and work in the Tamil refugee camp. It is on the Burma-Thailand border. We walked for about 1 month to get there.
We struggled to survive each day in the jungle because the soldiers were after us. I remember my mom told me that one time the soldiers were shooting at us with their gun and the bullets were flying all over the place, so we had to hurry into the jungle. There were also dangers in the jungle like poison snakes, black bears, and other dangerous animals. We walked 2 or 3 days without stopping. I remember that when we looked at both of my parents' feet, I saw red blood, many little tiny cuts from the bushes and so on.
When families walked to the refugee camp, the mother would carry the babies in the scarf or in a basket. As families left the home, they would only be able to take what they could carry in the basket. During the trip to refugee camps, there were times that we had to cross rivers on small boats such as this.
One of the most serious human rights violations that occurred in Burma is that many women were raped and abused and taken as slave labor.
There was a 12-year-old girl in our village who was taken away from her family to be a soldier's wife. He only used her to raise her. Even though it is against the law to commit these crimes, if a trial happens, it is in a Burmese court run by the government that supports the Burmese soldiers. As a result, nothing ever happened and the woman and her family are disgraced. Sometimes the military men will go into home and rape women and children in front of the family and then kill them afterwards. When the family arrives at the camp in Tanhin, we had no freedom. All we could do was to help out. There was no job, so my father helped to build a school and church.
Some supplies and food were given to us. Then my father began to build a house with bamboo and wood. Our roof was made of plastic and sheet. tell us to return to our home. We were in the refugee for 10 years. My family was feeling hopeless.
Most of the houses in the refugee camp have wood or bamboo floors. They don't have much furniture. The houses are off the ground.
The houses in the refugee camp are very close together. We could hear many noises for our neighbors.
In the camp, the refugees face many problems, including overcrowding, unemployment, restricted diet, limited health care, and little education.
3 times a day we would go to get water at a well. Many people would share the water. We did not have running water in our homes.
Sometimes we will have to go to the rivers to get water if the well was not working. Every month, we will go to get our food supplies. These include rice, oil, beans, fish, shrimp, fish, and sometimes vegetable and chili peppers.
We will also receive charcoal and firewood to cook with, and also wood and bamboo to build with.
Another daily deal was that Thai police might capture people who were working outside of the camp and move them to another camp away from their family.
There is a school in the refugee camp, but there are few ties and books to read and write with. Usually older children would teach the youngest children.
Most children will go to school until about 4th or 5th grade, and then many stop going. Children do not have a choice, but they did play with volleyball and soccer. Life in the refugee camp was very difficult. Many people did not have shoes or good clothes. Many refugees became very thin, and a lot of people became sick and died at young age.
As children, many of us do not understand what it meant to be refugees. Our parents gave up our home, their job, and our land because of the danger from the Burmese military.
As a result of the conflict, there are many orphans in the refugee camp. These children stay in the orphan section of the camp, and people take care of them.
Within the refugee camp, women would gather. They formed a women organization that would help each other and teach each other. They would decide who would cook, who would plant and have garden, and who would weave. They would learn how to sew, weave, and cook. Some women were teachers.
If a person becomes sick in a camp, they can go to a hospital building, but it's not a real hospital. The children or patients live very close to each other on a mat on the bamboo floor in the road. There wasn't any privacy for sick people. Some people will go to get medicine if they become sick, and the medicine was free. There is no charge for medical care there. Some people make their own medicine for plants and herbs because there was no medicine available to treat their illness.
In the refugee camp, there is a much higher rate of death to pregnant mothers and to babies. If there is a problem with a pregnant woman, they try to get her to a hospital in Thailand, but often she didn't make it or the baby didn't survive. This happened to our mother.
Many current refugees have great faith and are Christians. We have many church buildings in the camp in order to practice our beliefs and to pray to live through this experience.
In the camp, my parents were always waiting and hoping and praying that the command would come so they could leave the camp and return to our homeland. Even though we lived in a hopeless place, my parents never gave up hope.
Throughout all of this conflict, there are people and organizations that have tried to help the refugees. These include Aung San Suu Kyi, Sabaudi, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, and the Red Cross. Aung San Suu Kyi is a pro-democracy leader who has fought out tirelessly
for everyone in Burma. She spent 50 years on house arrest because of her views. She is a major voice for human rights and freedom in Burma. Also, she became the Secretary General of the National League for Democracy in 1988. She was put in prison because of her beliefs from 1989 to 2003 and then on house arrest. Aung San Suu Kyi once said, "My mind had always been free," and that she will work to take our country further along the road to democracy. She is a hero to our people.
Aung San Suu Kyi made her first visit to the United States in September 2010. She met with high-level Washington officer and Democratic activists in Washington.
Aung San Suu Kyi has received many awards for her courage. These include Nobel Peace Prize in 1991, Nehru Award for International Understanding, Congressional Medal in 2012, and Presidential Medal of Freedom also in 2012. She is still an inspiration to her people in Burma, and she represents her people's determination to become politically and economically free. Angelina Jolie visited the Tamil camp at one time and had also worked to bring science to the refugees. There are different organizations to help refugees who live in captivity and move to other countries such as Australia, Norway, Sweden, Poland, Netherlands, Canada, and the United States.
Two organizations that have gratefully helped refugees in this camp are the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees and the Red Cross. They have helped by providing supply for the children, medicine supply, and clothing.
In order to live, they must have a sponsor. The organization that helps our families is called the United Nations Refugee Agency. Our family was sponsored by a family in Ithaca, New York. Today, we still have family or friends in the tiny refugee camp. These include our grandma and our aunts and cousins. They have a phone so we can talk to them every once in a while, but sometimes they cannot get a signal.
Our family has been in the United States 6 years now. Some of us will become U.S. citizens this May. Although we were lucky to leave the refugee camp to live in the United States. We remember with pride our beautiful homeland.
We hope and pray for freedom and peace in our Burma, so that one day we may return to visit our land. Use your
Liberty
to promote our
Please come in. Before we start the Q&A session, I just want to really highlight that what they said at the very end of this film. Please use your liberty to promote ours. That's what Aung San Suu Kyi said. And it's a very famous quote. Okay? So please use your liberty to promote theirs. Okay? That's something I really want to highlight. And then, any question about these wonderful students and filmmaker? Any questions? Yes. Was it hard for you to make this video?
Well, we kind of had a little trouble. At first, we was gonna do just a regular movie, but then we kind of had trouble. Then we went for help from Professor Chen, and he helped us. And like, it wasn't that hard in the end. I thought that it would be hard, but it turned out great then.
Anyone else want to? Another question. Of course, throughout that entire journey to finish this movie, I'm sure that they had a hard time. Imagine that all the pictures they had to find to cover their voiceover narrations. It's a very time-consuming process, right? But they are willing to do that because it's an important story people need to know. Okay? Any other questions, please? Yes?
I think it would be good for them to tell us why they call the country Burma, even though Burmese national government calls it Burma.
Right. Do you want to answer? Anyone? So, we still call it Burma, right? The official name is Myanmar by the military government. But the reason why you want to still call it Burma, not
The Burmese government, over the course of the year, they changes the name, but as for our people, Korean, we used to the name Burma, so we just stick with it.
Right. Another connection I have with them, I went to Burma and Thailand to finish my recent documentaries. I've been working on the documentary for the last 6 years, and hopefully we will have a time to show you guys some teaser, and then maybe next period I'm going to show you more clips from the documentary because it's recently done, and from the mid-April I'm going to start to have a screening nationwide. The first screening will be in New York City in mid-April, and then in August I will go to LA to show the documentary. So I did some research on this important topic. As he said, as Etada said, official name now is the Union of Myanmar, but it's named by the military government. And a lot of people, the Burmese citizens, do not support their military government, the SPDC military government, so still we call that country Burma to honor all the people who are fighting for the freedom of Burma. So even the capital city of the Burma, the official name is Yangon. That's what the military government named, but still people call it Langon. In order to appreciate the traditions and history of the Burma by Burmese people. Okay? Any other questions? Yes?
I had a question from a young lady up here, and she was wondering who invaded Burma that made such unrest?
Well, it was British controlled Burma in 1948, and then during the times in Burma, Japan started to come in Burma and try to take over resources. But the British asking help for our people to fight back the Japan army. And after we helped them, they wanted to give the government role back into the Korean people, but the Burmese dictatorship, the leader, he didn't like the idea, so he wanted to only the Burmese to have their own country and their own religion. So since our people are like Christians, the Burmese government wants only Buddhism practice in their land, so they started to killing all killing our people.
So if I give you a bit more background information, in 1988 there was a national election in Burma, and then Aung San Suu Kyi, as the chairperson of NLD, National League for the Democracy, that's the political party, won that election, but the military, didn't accept that result. They did a coup d'etat. So they took over the power. So there was a huge uprising in 1988, but the military government killed so many innocent people, and then after that, still, military government took power to control the country. Okay? Any other questions? Then I actually have a question for you guys. It's not a really specific question, but since you spent a lot of time and your efforts to finish this wonderful movie, I think it's a time each one of you guys say something about your experience and then the work you do. So what do you think? Let's start from the PD and we can go around. Okay.
Hi, my name is Rudy. In my life, we have been through many things, many problems, and this is the third country that we've been living in. And each country that we've been living in is facing many problems. And because of like our belief in God, we live through each day till now, and my family are like living in United States now and have a place called like a home, like a place where we used to live. You can't call it a home because you never be safe and stuff. So I was very thankful for this country for helping the people who need a place to stay safe, to give them a roof to live under. So thank you so much. Hi, my name is Sorba, and well, I know what happened. This thing go on, but I just heard from my parents what's happening, but I don't really know exactly. This really like this horrible, this sabotage. So why I do this video or research it, so I also learn a lot about where we lived in camp or like back there. We never learn about history or anything. So.
Hi, my name is Hannah. Actually, I don't know what to say. Actually, I'm from Burma, but I consider it a current state. Sometimes people ask me where I'm from, and it takes me a while to say where I belong, so I just say Burma. And I don't know what to say more. Hi, my name is Shagam. For this the movie that we do, I had to learn a lot of things. When we ran away from Burma, I was little. I didn't know anything, but my mom was carrying me on her, on the back of her, on the back of her, and two other person, my brother or my sister, on the side, and she carried me on top. For this experience, I had to learn like many things. So I think.
For me, when again the teachers wanted us to make this movie, and I was like, I don't really want to do it because it's no fun. I've been living here for almost 7 years, and thinking back when I was in my homeland, we had to flee out when I was 2 years old, and there was a lot of trouble, and it was hard for my mother and my father because she has, by that time she has I think 13 children, so some of them were like, some of our older brother has to carry either one or two of us, and whenever we had to either take a break or stop by the river, and like there's no peace, you can't like rest for a minute because the bullets would just come out of nowhere and it can hit you, and so it's kind of, and then when we went into Thailand, it was completely different, and there was just like forests all over us, and there was about like 50 or 60 families, and each of us started to build a house, and we don't know if we were allowed to live there or like stay there safely, but the Thai government allows us to stay there because of the issue that the Burmese having with the Korean people. And coming to the United States is a big change for me, and I don't even know like what it was like before I came here, and I actually don't speak any English when I came here. All I could say was my name, and that's it. So I have learned a lot when I came here, and I still have the memory, but I hope it could change somebody's life, and I hope you guys like the movie.
if I want to just share one thing I learned from them, from this collaboration process, when I was your age, I'm 29 right now, so not that long time ago. When I was in the high school, I had a dream. I'm sure that everyone has a dream here, right? And I want to be a famous filmmaker. That was my dream when I was in high school. I wanted to make lots of money. I want to be famous. That was my dream. Okay? That's in a way kind of my confession here. I didn't really think about other people who are suffering out there, but I was very self-centered in a way, and I want to achieve the dream. So for a certain time period, I pursued my dream to be a well-known filmmaker. For example, I know some of you guys, and many of you guys know that famous song, the Gangnam Style by Psy. Yeah, do you remember this, right? Yeah. I'm the one who made his first music video. And then the person who made the Gangnam Style music video was my assistant director at the time. And when he finished the music video, he emailed me and asked me, Chang, please watch this music video and give us some feedback. So I watched it, and then I called them. Because it's an international phone call, and I gave a lot of mean comments. I said, it's a terrible music video. I didn't really see any important theme here. Okay? Then they told me that, Chang, you don't really know about the young generations, what they really like. So I said, whatever, okay? And see what happens at the music video, And I met Sai and the director several months ago in New York City when they came to New York to be in a TV show. And we had a lunch together, and I talked to them, congratulations. I'm glad that this music video is very popular, but still, my opinion is the same. I don't really see that the strong, important thing here in this video. And don't just tell me that young generation do not care about the serious thing. They just like this funny music video. That's why, we need to make this kind of music video to be popular. Maybe they have some points, okay? I'm not saying that music video is just terrible, okay? So don't get me wrong. But in my opinion, it could be better if they really need to deliver some important theme in the music video, even though that was a very commercial music video. So my point is that I do still believe that the young generation nowadays, even though some media industry folks and professionals will say they don't care about the serious things. Let's just make a funny one so people can watch it. But I don't just believe that. Because I do believe you guys care about those serious issues, those social justice issues and human rights violation issues too, right? So when I worked with them, I saw sort of myself when I was a high school student. Again, that was just the dream I had. And I didn't really realize that so many people are suffering out there. But by looking at them, by watching what they are doing here, I also learned a lot. And then I just, think about the importance of these issues one more time. So, those music videos and commercials is what I did for a long time. And I realized that as a filmmaker, I always need to think about the social responsibility. And after that, last 8-9 years, I mainly work on those series of documentaries where audience can see these important issues. And it was a great, rewarding experience to me. If something goes wrong with your neighbors, are you going to just sit around and do nothing? If you think about our world, entire world, it's just divided by the borders, right? There are tons of different countries, but in a way, they are our neighbors. And if something wrong with them, are you going to just sit around and do nothing? Or do something, help your neighbors? So I hope that those short 15-minute movie, wonderful movie they made, I really hope that they will inspire you to think about this important issue and do something for those people. I'm not saying, hey, go to Burma right now and fight. That's not my point. Wherever you are, you can still work on these important issues to raise awareness so people know what's happening. Then, step by step, even though it's a very tiny step, we can change our world and make it better. That's how I believe. Okay? Any other questions for them? Okay, then for these period presentations, as I mentioned, I had another connection with them because as I mentioned, I've been working on this documentary and recently I finished it. It's a feature-length documentary, so I cannot really show you the entire one, but at least I can show you the short teaser so you can see a little about this document. And I hope that that can be a kind of a summary of this period presentations too. Okay, so hope you will enjoy it, and if you have any extra time after that, we'll have a short Q&A. Okay, thank you. Oh, I see. Yeah, I just heard we have about 4 minutes, right? I didn't really know. Okay. Then the teaser is about 9 minutes long, but I just show you 2-3 minutes. At least you can sort of see something. And if you can stay a little longer, next period I'm going to make another presentation about this documentary. So hope some of you guys can stay. But enjoy it.
The military general came to our grandpa's house and questioned my mom or my father. I was going right in front of the house, and you can see the conversation going really intense between my grandpa, my mom, and the general. And all of a sudden, I see, the guy taking like a little handgun, shotgun out and start playing around.
Stage 4 lung cancer is certainly treatable, and he's responded, but even though it can respond to treatment, it can be controlled with therapy. It's not curable. So virtually all patients with lung cancer, when it's stage 4, eventually will die from their cancer.